to the podcast. I am a ghost hiding amongst the white backdrop. I apologize for wearing a white shirt if you're watching this on YouTube. Episode whatever, don't know anymore. We are here once again. We're a little late to posting, and that's okay. But nonetheless, we are here. I'm just going to go right into it. I want to talk about food. I want to talk about this app, particularly about food. This app called Yuka. I may have clapped on the word. I said Yuka. The reason I want to talk about this app is because I saw this app a couple of years ago, and it was a tiny little thing. I really wasn't sure about it, and I was like, whatever. I think I saw it on TikTok because some health nut was talking about it. And then I saw it again recently, and I said, you know what? I'm going to download it. I want to see what it's about. And I find it to be an extremely helpful thing for people who are looking to be healthier, or if you're someone, not necessarily be healthier, but healthier in the sense of like if you're someone who's worried about eating products or using, what is it, not hair care products, but using hair care products, makeup, soaps, as well as food. And you're afraid of certain things like your hair falling out or getting dermatitis or whatever, various things of that regard. This is a beautiful app for that. And for someone like me, who I have significant psoriasis, I'm someone who has significant dry skin. It is in my scalp, it is on my limbs, it's everywhere. It is extremely important for me to use certain soaps when I shower, because certain soaps that have sulfates in them will cause my condition to either get worse or just be worse in general. It may not progress what I have, but it just makes what I have a difficult time. On top of that, other issues as well. So what this app is you have the ability to, I'm showing the screen as if people who are listening can see this. You scan it with your barcode. You use the camera on your smartphone through the app, and it will scan a barcode. And what will happen is the product will pop up on your phone. So for example, I scanned let's go with the goldfish, kids goldfish, the plain rainbow kind, right? And it then tells you the positives and the negatives. It gives you a rating out of 100, good, bad, in between, positives and negatives in terms of the ingredients, and then recommendations for better ones if it's not considered a good product. So for example, goldfish colored crackers gets a 7 out of 100. And the reason is because the negatives are it has 9 additives, and they will, with that, they'll tell you 9 additives, it's too much sodium and a bit caloric. And you can click on all of these, and like for the sodium, it shows you a scale from 0 to 270 milligrams. Goldfish has 240 milligrams. So that's a little too much sodium for someone if you're going to have a lot of those. It's too caloric. It's slightly too caloric. But then the positives are it's got good protein, it's got good fiber, it's low sugar, and it's low impact on saturated fats. The reason it's so poor is because of the additives, and they will distinctly separate things additive-wise into no risk, limited risk, or hazard risk, or hazardous. Hazardous being the worst, limited being medium, and no risk being none. So, for example, in goldfish, there's one hazardous material, and it is monocalcium phosphate, which then it gives you an entire description of that product and what it is. So for example, monocalcium phosphate is an acidifying agent. It increases the acidity of the product and gives it an acidic taste. Phosphates contain phosphorus, a chemical element that is essential to the body. However, according to ANSES, which is it's like a foreign health organization. Our phosphorus intake is now 2 to 3 times greater than needed. So excessive phosphorus may increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, disrupt calcium metabolism and bone mineralization, and negatively affect the kidneys. So that's just the hazardous one. That's the main one. And so what they're basically saying is goldfish is made with this agent inside of it, and eating too much of it can have an increased risk of calcium disruption, bone mineralization, kidney issues, and cardiovascular diseases. So things like that, I am interested in, because as someone who's had to go on a variety of diets for a variety of reasons, I've had to be focused on my food for a reason. And so it's interesting to not only be told this food is good or bad, or this hair care product is good or bad, but I'm told everything about it. I'm not just told all the bad. I'm not told all the good. I'm told everything and why. So I can check, for example, the no risk ones. Like one of the no risk ones is turmeric extract. And it simply just says it's a food. It's part of goldfish because for a food coloring. It stimulates the original hue if the original hue has been altered. And then they have limited risk ones, which is something like annatto. I'm mispronouncing that one. ANNATTO. And that's another food coloring one. But this one for goldfish is considered limited risk. It is a yellow-orange food coloring derived from seeds of the achiote tree. God help me, ACHIOTE tree. In 2016, the European Food Safety Authority recognized E160B, which is this food coloring, as safe. This same authority, EFSA, report further stated that studies showed allergic reactions to certain forms of this additive. So the reason why they put it as a limited risk is because if there are people who have allergies to certain things and they're like, why does my throat feel itchy when I have goldfish? That could be why. And so it's a very helpful tool for food. I absolutely love it. And it's fun to scan stuff because it feels like a game. It feels like every time I like go buy something, I want to scan the code just to see how it is, because there have been things that I have scanned that I've been told are good for me. So for example, I have scanned this hair care product, the shampoo that I use, right? I use a shampoo called Everpure. It's a L'Oreal product. I use a L'Oreal product. It is sulfate free and it's supposed to be pro dandruff, pro psoriasis scalp shampoo. There's two kinds that I have in the house. One is a like rosemary scent and one is a non-scent. The rosemary scent is a 0 out of 100. It has 4 hazardous, 1 moderate risk, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 low risk products. They change it a little bit with makeup and stuff. They do 4 no risk, low risk, moderate, and hazardous. With food, it's just limited risk, hazardous, or no risk. But specifically with this shampoo, it's extraordinary. This shampoo is supposed to be designed to help dermatitis, psoriasis, eczema, whatever you have on your scalp. One of the main ingredients, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because it is about 47 letters long. It's an allergen. MCIT is the shorter version of it. It's a preservative used to replace parabens. It is still used mixed with MIT, which is another chemical, and it's a highly allergenic substance. MCIT and MIT have been completely banned in leave-on products since April of 2016 due to its allergenic potential. Do you want to know what it causes?
Right.
dermatitis.
That's what you're trying to cure.
It causes the exact thing it is claiming to fix. And this is not the first time we've seen this, right? Like Coca-Cola is a perfect example, and so is Gatorade. Mind you, for anyone who's listening, if never drink Gatorade, ever, never, ever, ever. If you need a power drink to replace electrolytes, drink Powerade or something else. Do not drink Gatorade, please. Because Gatorade does the exact same thing that Coca-Cola does. There is so much salt in the drink of Coca-Cola and Gatorade that as you drink it, you are actively dehydrating yourself because there is so much salt that your body is now being inundated with the salt, and it goes, we need a liquid to quench our thirst. And because you are drinking a liquid, it's your body's taking it in. You're like, I need it. But then the salt is dehydrating you. So by the time you're done with the drink, you really haven't hydrated at all, if not less than. And that's why the drinks are so good and so addictive. And that's why so many people are addicted to Coca-Cola, because the moment you start drinking it, you're dehydrating yourself and you feel like you need to finish the whole bottle. So similarly, they're trying to say, oh, we quench your thirst. No, you're not. Now, mind you, salt is how you replace electrolytes, right? Like that's where you get your electrolytes from. That's why we put salt in drinks. I'm not against that, but it's the fact that they are putting so much salt, and Gatorade puts a lot of sugar, and so does Coca-Cola, but they put so much salt that you are dehydrating yourself.
Well, if you want to replace electrolytes, shouldn't you drink Pedialyte, or is that not good on the list?
No, Pedialyte, I haven't checked. So Pedialyte would be a great thing to check. But I don't know how well I don't know if they do those. So with this app, it is an independently run app run by like a family. It's like this woman who found this issue and said she didn't like how these products are lying to us and hiding the products. And rather than just telling us what they are, E130B, they're saying a very long scientific name to hide the product. She created this app, and her like two brothers help her run it. And so they don't have every food right now. They're still collecting a lot of that stuff. They've implemented all of the ingredients, right? But the foods themselves are not all in the database. So you don't actively get to look up the product. It's not like Google. You can scan a product in front of you and it'll say the product right up in there. And if it doesn't have the product, you can add it to the app and it'll be there, and it'll be put under review after you add it. And the way you do it is like you scan the barcode and you scan the ingredients, and then the photo is, the words off the photo are lifted off the picture and then reworded and going through their database, and it then rates it, and they will then look it over and then release it to the app.
What's the name of the app again?
Yuka, Y-U-K-A. I think it's a wonderfully important app. They don't do baby products. So I'm looking at some of the stuff that I've scanned. I scanned baby powder. I've scanned Similac just to see, and they don't do baby stuff because I think I looked at the Similac one and it says they don't rate baby formula because kids' nutritional needs are very different. So I doubt that they would do Pedialyte, but it would be worth checking. So, but yeah, I find it so interesting because we've seen it with Coca-Cola, and people have known it for a while that like Coca-Cola is really harmful for you. But the fact that there are products out there that actively are promoting better skincare or better whatever, lack of sulfates means we're going to help you not have psoriasis. Meanwhile, one of the major products in their shampoo is a dermatitis causing ingredient. It's amazing. And, you look at some of these and it just doesn't make sense. Like a good
Yeah.
example is a body lotion that I'm using right now. I randomly forgot. I was like, let me scan it. One of the main ingredients is Vaseline or petrolatum. It's mineral oils. Vaseline is simply a petroleum derivative. It belongs to the family of mineral oils. Prohibited in food products, mineral oils are allowed in cosmetics. These oils may contain problematic residues such as MOAHs and MOSHs. MOAHs can act as genotoxic carcinogens, which promote the development of cancers and damage DNA. As for MOSHs, they can accumulate in the body, particularly in the lymph nodes and liver, and they can cause inflammatory reaction whose exact effects are not known. A study by UFC Q Corsair showed that these two residues were present in half of all tested lip balms. These oils should be avoided, especially in products with a risk of ingestion, such as lip balms and lipstick. The effects could be especially concerning because they are never fully eliminated once ingested. And my favorite part is at the very, very bottom of that description, there are 4 links. There are 4 URL links that you can click to and read the articles from where they got their information from, scientific articles from European studies or from American, wherever. But they link the information for you so that if you don't believe them, or if you want to read more, you can go to the website, the professional scientific website where they found it.
Peter,
Yes.
I think with all this information you're giving, it's very, very valuable, but people are lazy. And unless they're willing to go to the website, it's going right over their head because a lot of people don't understand the words or don't care. And
Well,
it's
here's
so
the thing,
important.
though. Hold on, though. I think I understand what you're saying. Not everyone needs to know what butylated hydroxytoluene is, right? They don't need to
Right.
know what the hell that is. But what I like is in the descriptions, they will go into the scientific matter, but they will also just tell you what the hell it is. So,
Yeah.
for example, degree, I don't know if you can see this, degree deodorant, 22 out of 100, because it has BHT. And they tell you the main health risks, which are 2 big things. It's an allergen potential, and it's an endocrine disruptor.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is they say BHT has demonstrated endocrine disruptor effects, particularly in thyroid. It may also have effects on sex hormones and may affect fertility and development. Some cases of allergies and irritation have also been found, but these are relatively rare. So
Go to the website.
Well, right, go to the website, check it out. But for me, I think this is a very important thing, especially in American society, because in America, we are consistently being sold products that we are being lied to about. We're told this product will help with hair growth. Meanwhile, it doesn't actually help hair growth, and it also causes cancer. Think of all the commercials about the antidepressants and anti this and anti that. And everything, every single time I see an ad on a television, side effects are, and they include some form of cancer, some form of depression or anxiety disorder, and death. And mind you, some of that they may have to include because if someone does die, they like, oh, that wasn't part of it. But like every single one of them. And
So
it's not like there's no other products out there, right? There's products out there that are working. You can get deodorant that doesn't have these problems. You can get deodorant and they're not $75. You can get them and they can be healthy and better. They may not be $1 like this little travel degree stick, but I will spend the $4 on that if it means I'm not putting that kind of stuff in my body. Or if you're someone who's using a lot of products that have endocrine disruptors and you have a thyroid issue, maybe try taking all of it out and see if that helps your thyroid issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I think it's all
Yeah.
relative as well.
Yeah, it's very important what you're saying, especially if people take the time to go to the app and if they have children and they're using this on children and as well as themselves, and see what the ratings are, and they may just save money and on medications, because by choosing the right uh, thing to use, they may not need to take medications for their ailments, possibly.
Well, and
I, I,
I'm a big proponent of just health forward in general. And mind you, I'm not going to sit here and be all preachy as like, oh, everyone has to be healthy. Do whatever you want. I don't give a crap. Eat whatever you want. If you want to eat Doritos and Coca-Cola every day, go ahead. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and judge you. If that's what makes you happy in life, is to eat these things, and you don't care that it may shorten your lifespan, whatever. I don't, my life, that's your life, not mine. So if that's what you want to do, great.
Could I use that as a segment for my part?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, are you finished, or you want to talk some more about that?
Let me finish it up. Let me finish it up with this. This app is a wonderful thing. And I think for certain people, it could become a problem if they start scanning everything and their whole life becomes ingredients. But I think it's also very important to read what is being said with anything. I don't ever take face value, right? Because there are certain things that I have scanned where it says 30 out of 100. But the reason is not because there's anything bad in it, but because it's just a little too caloric or there's too much sodium in it. And it's one of those things where, like, for example, I scanned the smoked salmon wheels that you got when you came here. So when you came and visited, you got those smoked salmon with the cream cheese in it. I scanned it 30 out of 100. But the reason it's 30 out of 100 is not because there's additives and crap in it. It's because it's too fatty and it's too salty. There's nothing wrong with too much fat and too much salt if you're not eating it in excess. Because like for me, I need more salt and I need a little more fat. So for me, that's actually a good thing. As long as I don't make it my diet to have this all the time, this is actually not that bad. So 30 out of 100, even though it's rated poorly in terms of overall health, the reasoning for it to be 30 out of 100 is not bad. So scanning stuff can, when it says poor or moderate, read why. And also don't like get caught up when it says, oh, this can cause cancer. It's a lot of things can cause cancer. It's the fact that because this is a possible cancer causing thing, if you use this exact product for 20 years, you're putting yourself at risk. The same way if you tan at the beach every year, you're putting yourself at risk. You may never get cancer, but you're putting yourself at risk. So if you care, try not to. Or if you're someone like me, knowing that my shampoo is actively causing me dermatitis, why the hell would I buy that shampoo going forward? Right? So I think it's a beautiful thing for those who want to know and those who care to know. For those who don't, no harm, no foul. I've got nothing against you. Eat and do and be however you want. This is simply something that speaks to me, and I wanted to share it because I think there are a lot of people like me who want to be healthier, especially in American culture where you're lied to about everything. Everything. You're sold organic bananas versus normal bananas, and the difference is absolutely fucking nothing. So
what do you call it? Spell out the app again for people.
Yuka, Yuka, and the cover of the app is a little orange carrot with a white background.
Okay.
So it's food and beauty products.
And now I understand. Now I can get some idea why I was once 6'2" and now I'm only 5'4".
Right.
Probably, I probably used too much of that crap, that you're talking about. I
Ate
shrunk.
too much goldfish. Ate
Yeah,
too much freaking goldfish. That's why.
yeah. So
So,
let me
all
tell
right,
you a little.
segue. Go ahead.
Okay, segue. Let me tell you a little story. How Grandpa can be stupid, and Grandpa was stupid. Grandpa would drink like most people who like coffee. Sometimes 3/4 of a pot of black coffee. So I decided one day, oh, this was 6 months ago, I'm going to drink instant cappuccino. It was delicious. I won't mention the brand.
Ah, you can mention the brand. No one gives a crap.
Hills Brothers, uh, and loaded with sugar. So I would have 5 cups of Hills Brothers instead of the black coffee. And I said, man, tastes good and it's good. Okay. With that in mind, I'm the type of person who likes to eat stuff when I get a Wally. A Wally is when you want something, I'll eat it.
For those my age, you call it a willy. I got a
A
willy for
Willy.
this. And then
Well,
for
a Willy in my days was a penis, so it
and,
wasn't a Willy. Okay.
and then for the younger age, it's just a craving.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
I would just, I like chocolate. I would just eat it and eat it and eat it and eat it until it disgusted me, and then I wouldn't eat it for months. Okay. So here's a story. I was supposed to go for my blood test because I have an ailment, and I was going to go see my doctor. And I thought my blood test was in 2 weeks. And I'm watching sports, and I am drinking this coffee, which is delicious. And I buy 2 1-pound bars of Hershey's chocolate with almonds and some chocolate cupcakes. And I ate it in 2 days. Lo and behold, I finished all the cupcakes, all the chocolate. I take a look on my iPhone. My blood test was in 2 days, not in 2 weeks. I got, oh my God, I got to postpone it. But if I postpone it, I got to postpone everything in sequence. So I said, maybe I'll luck out. Nope, I did not luck out. I go to my wonderful doctor, who's a wonderful female doctor, and I get on the scale and I'm 180. I look at the scale, 180. Now, your scale got to be wrong. And then the blood test came back. You're pre-diabetic. I said, what? Yes, pre-diabetic. So she's very, very sweet and very, very good. And this is what I want to talk about today. She said to me, here is a sheet from the American Diabetes Association. What can I eat? And I'm going to mention just a few things, but if you need more information after I talk about it, you can go to diabetes.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
Okay.
For those of you who can't spell, it's DIBETES, diabetes. Because I know a lot of my followers aren't that swift. Anyway, so here's an example. Non-starchy vegetables, your best choices. Oh, and by the way, I stopped eating desserts with a lot of sugar. I stopped using sugar, and I stopped using a lot of foods with sugar. In the last 2 months, I've lost 20 pounds. So I'm down to 160 from
Nice.
180. Yeah. So now I truly am a sex symbol. Okay.
Always
So
have been.
that's correct. The best choices are fresh frozen vegetables, and canned vegetables and vegetable choices without added salt, fat, or sugar, such as asparagus, green beans, carrots, cabbage, eggplant, cauliflower, broccoli, mushrooms, tomatoes, spinach, onion, and peppers. So you choose what you're not allergic to. If using canned vegetables, drain and rinse them with water to wash away 40% of the sodium. Like Peter said before, sodium is no good for you. Fruit. Oh, I would eat 2 bananas a day. I love grapes. Not good for diabetes. Loaded with sugar. The best choices are fresh, frozen, and canned fruits without added sugars, such as apples are good, blueberries, orange, grapefruit, grapes, strawberries, peaches, pear, plums, and cherries. And if you use canned fruit in syrup, drain and rinse the fruit with water and wash away the extra syrup. Again, diabetes.org or call 1-800-DIABETES for more information on what can I eat. Milk, fat-free or low-fat milk, 1%. Unflavored soy milk, ugh, terrible. Plain non-fat yogurt, light yogurt, you can have those. Now, Peter would be interested in this, even though he's not diabetic because he's on a diet. Grains and starchy vegetables. The best choices are whole grain foods, beans, peas, lentils, and starchy vegetables without added fat, sugars, or sodium. Remember, when you eat beans, there's an offshoot to that. A lot of beans, the more beans you eat, the more you toot.
Yeah.
Best choices of whole grain foods. Look for cereal, breads, and grains with these whole grains as the first ingredient. Whole wheat flour, whole oats oatmeal, whole grain cornmeal, popcorn. I was surprised. Brown rice, whole grain rye, whole grain barley, wild rice, buckwheat. Wasn't buckwheat a character on TV at one time? Oops, I'm gonna get canceled.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Buckwheat flour, Tikal, Bulgar, cracked wheat, millet, quinoa, and sorghum. Some of this is absolutely disgusting, but they say you should eat it. Choose cereals with at least 3 grams of fiber and less than 6 grams of sugar per serving. So that doesn't mean you do what Grandpa used to do. Grandpa used to take a bowl, and they say 1 bowl. I'd get the biggest bowl I had in the house, fill it up with cereal and milk, and I probably ate enough for a week in 1 bowl. Do you ever do that,
Right.
Peter?
I'm not one to do that, but I mean, so mind you, that diet sheet is a wonderful thing. And I think all of those can be good and bad because I think, everything in moderation, right? People are starting to say now your plate, whenever you eat, should have 50% of your plate should be vegetables, right? Because there's too much starch and there's too much carbs and whatever. And there's people who are saying no red meat and no this, no that. At the end of the day, do whatever the hell you want.
That's right.
If you are someone who is looking to get healthier or someone who wants to start somewhere, the best place to start is fresh vegetables and not juicing. I started learning about this recently. For any of you juicers out there, stop juicing. Smoothies are okay, but juicing is not good because when you juice a fruit, the fruit itself, so when you juice whatever thing you want to do.
Wait a second.
What?
I'm Jewish, and you're telling me Jews are no good?
No, I'm talking about juice, apple juice, orange juice,
okay.
mango juice.
Hearing wasn't good. Okay, I got you.
You stop it. Stop juicing because you are not eating the whole fruit. If you remove the physical contents of the fruit and only eat the juice, you're simply taking a lot of sugar and you're not consuming the fiber. There is a lot of fiber in fruits. and
Mhm.
vegetables. And when you juice, you're literally separating the sugars from the fibers. Obviously not 100%. I'm not going to sit here and go,
Yeah.
you are quantumly splitting the fiber, but like
Yeah, you have to.
most of the
Yeah.
fiber is in the physical food. And when you juice, you're removing that fiber. So these juicers, these people who claim that they're losing weight, it's like, no, the reason you're losing weight is because you're starving yourself. And
Yeah.
you're not actively being healthier because you're overfilling yourself with tons of sugars, and it's going to cause an issue in the long run if you continue with that. But
Yeah, I
smoothies
find.
are okay because you're
Yeah.
using the whole content, the whole celery, the whole apple,
Mhm.
and it's being blended and you're drinking the whole thing. That's
Mhm.
fine. So
Yeah,
put
you
your
have to
shit
be
in a
selective.
bullet. Put not a
Yeah.
bullet. I didn't mean a bullet. I meant like a bullet, like the blender bullet, the baby bullet, and
Right.
those, not an
Yeah.
actual bullet. Um, but put your stuff in those things, blend it and drink it. Don't juice. Juice is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know
So,
what? Not everything that they say is good for you on here reacts well with everybody. For example,
oh, right.
best choice.
Well, hold on. You know what? We're going to take a quick timeout because I have to reload Zoom. For those who don't know, I record this on Zoom, and there is only a 40-minute timer. So I am going to cut it. You guys aren't going to know the difference, but I'm going to cut it and we're going to redo it. So everyone take I'm stealing it from Ryan Higa, a shiwi break, but go take a bathroom break. We'll be right back. Back. Okay, good. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So, again, everything in moderation, but you also have to be selective in what you eat. For example, best choices of leguminous and lentils, beans such as black, pinto, and kidney, lentils, and dried peas, fat-free refried beans, and vegetarian baked beans. If your system can't take it, don't eat it. Because number one, if your system can't take it, nobody's going to want to stay in the room with you.
Well,
You
and
know,
that's true. And you're right. If you have acid reflux, too many beans can be acidic to you and it can be a problem. So by all means,
yeah,
what we are pushing is not for a one-stop shop
yeah,
health mart here. It
yeah.
is simply that in conjunction with the app is a beautiful place to check food and beauty products and to see the contents in them. Because if you're like me, who's someone who's looking for a product that's not going to cause dermatitis, this is very helpful. If you're someone like who has thyroid issues and you're looking to have foods that don't cause thyroid issues, this is a good app. If you're
Yeah,
just looking to just be a little healthier, this is a good app. But
yeah, yep.
any of
I,
these foods, any of these things, in the scheme of life, if you really love Chips Ahoy cookies, and that damn thing is a 1 out of 100 because there's so much crap in it that's not good for you, but you really want it, eat the damn cookie. No one gives a crap. Eat it. I don't care. You don't care. No one cares. Eat your freaking cookies because realistically, we got millions of people drinking God knows how much alcohol every day, and no one knows what's in those because alcohol bottles don't have ingredients on them. And yet we don't talk about that. So I don't like it, doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't matter. This episode and this topic specifically is meant for those who are interested. And it
yes,
was enough for me to talk about because I felt inspired enough by the app. Also, I wanted
yes.
to amend something. You can search for foods. So if you can, there is a search menu where you can look up foods if you don't want to scan them. But because they are an independent company, they offer a premium version, and the premium version simply is that you get to search the products. The only things that you don't get from the free version is the ability to search foods and the ability to have food preferences. So that if you are lactose free or gluten free, you can scan foods and it'll automatically ping for you if it has gluten or dairy in it or something that may
Hmm.
affect those with that issue. So
Which is
the
very good.
premium version is helpful, but it does not It's not like most apps where the premium version is hiding the best parts or the most of the app. It's like, no, the app is good, it's free, but they are an independent organization and they do need to find ways to pay for this software. So
Yeah, there are topics, I'm not going to go into all of them because we'll be here forever, but on the list that the American Diabetes Association gives you, and you know what? You don't have to have diabetes. This is just healthy choices.
Right.
Best choices of starchy vegetables, fats, tells you what to go easy on. Omega-3 fatty acids are good for your heart. Great protein choices. And protein, the best choices are plant-based protein foods, fish, chicken, lean meats such as beans and lentils, nuts and seeds, fish and seafood, eggs and cheese, chicken, turkey and duck without the skin, buffalo. I'm going to go catch a buffalo. I'm really in the mood for buffalo meat today. Rabbit and venison, lean cuts of beef, lamb, pork such as chuck, rump roast, round, sirloin, T-bone, steak, and tenderloin. And they have so many other categories to explore. The telephone number on the sheet is 1-800-342-2383, 1-800-342-2383, 1-800-diabetes it is, www.diabetes.org. And they also give you recipes to keep you healthy. Again, do I follow all of this? Hell no. But I sure have been eliminating a lot of the bad stuff. And I hope that with the weight I've lost, and perhaps I'll lose some more weight, and the elimination and better eating habits, and I will go to the doctor, and everything will be down, blood pressure and my diabetes numbers, and I hope it will be the same for the people who maybe look up this website or call this number. And also, if it doesn't work, I heard very interesting advice on TikTok. An Indian man in his Indian voice said, "Eat whatever you want. You're going to die anyway."
I know that audio. I don't like that. I know that audio. Yes, because it is true. Eat whatever the hell you want. Do whatever you want. If you love cigarettes, for whatever the hell reason, if you love cigarettes, smoke all the cigarettes that you want. Do it. Recognize that it is a significant cancer causer, lung cancer and various other lip cancer and whatever else, thyroid cancer. If you are aware of all that and you don't care, fuck it. Do it. Like, screw what anyone says. I'm not going to sit here and say what's right and wrong because none of it fucking matters. Really. It's your life.
Don't be,
Obviously, don't, as long as it's your life, don't go out affecting other people's lives. But if it's your life.
Peter's app that he spoke about is more inclusive than this Diabetes Association food diet, or foods you can and shouldn't eat. His is more inclusive because it's covering more things you shouldn't use. So again, Peter, what was the name of the app?
Yuka, Y-U-K-A.
Okay, and if you had trouble following some of the names, it'll be more simplified when you look at the 0 to 100 rating on his app of the items that you want to find information about.
The app is amazing in how it condenses the information. It gives you the name of the food with a picture. It gives you a number rating, and then it'll tell you 2 main points or 1 to 2 main points. Is it an allergen potential? Is it a endocrine disruptor? Is it this? And then they give you a full description, and then they give you the links. So ridiculous amount of quality information about each product. Highly, 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 highly recommend for anyone who's looking to try and be a little healthier without having to do miles and miles of research on their own.
And with my last statement is this, and I'm very, very sincere when I say this, that gentlemen or ladies, a lot of us want to live our life the way we want to live our life, fine. But if you're in bed by yourself and you roll over on your side and you think someone else is with you when no one else is, it's time to go on a diet. If your belly is that big, you got to start eating right. Because if your belly is that big, you could start selling advertising space on your belly.
Oh, God.
Just want you to know that.
Got it. Thank you for that.
Okay.
We're going to put in the description of the podcast the name of the app, and I'll put the website, the diabetes website, on there as well. So
Okay.
if you didn't hear it the 75 times we said it, it'll be in the description.
Okay.
And let us know if you guys decide to download the app or go on the website, or if you have any other, if you guys have health tricks or things that you've learned, let us know. It'd be
Yeah.
really interesting to learn about other people's stuff, because I know like other cultures and stuff use certain plants and products to help circulation and help a variety of other things that are not really in America, right? Certain plants and products and foods and things that are just banned in America for whatever reason.
Yeah, especially if you get the munchies, Peter. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people now are using certain products that give them the munchies, and you have
Weed.
to be careful. What?
Marijuana.
Marijuana. I went out with her once, I think.
Oh my God. Yeah, smoke a ton of weed, and then
Mhm.
instead of munching on goldfish, just munch on a celery stick. Fuck it, right? Be healthy.
That's right. That's right. Or go into a bar, order a Bloody Mary with 4 pieces of celery. Have 4 Bloody Marys with 16 pieces of celery.
See? God. All right.
Okay.
Send it to all your friends and family. Let them know. Tell them how use this as a segue to talk about how unhealthy they're being right now.
That's right. That's
We love you
right.
all.
Love
Like,
you
comment,
all.
share, subscribe, do it all.
Happy New Year to all my Jewish friends out there.
Yes. Happy
And-
Yom Kippur.
And a happy New Year to all my non-Jewish friends.
In a couple of months, yeah.
Okay. Love
All
you.
right.
Peace out.
Peace out.